let's get into last week and some of the videos that we posted. First, we're going to go to our comments. Shout out to Mr. He Stiff, fan of the show. We appreciate you listening. Mr. He Stiff says, Tom, don't ever lump Cowgirl fans with Duke fans. What do you think
Oh.
about that? Was that a bad lump or
Oh, I forgot that you did that. I didn't realize that you did that. I must have not been paying attention because I don't really listen to much you say. But um, yeah, no, Estef is a big Duke guy, huge Duke guy. And
hmm. Timmy,
I
in the
I've
history
listen,
of sports, hold on a
I've
second. Would you say that when we're talking about Cowboys fans and how they're basically like these front runners, they go Cowboys and then you'll say the
mm,
Lakers and then you'll say the Yankees and then I would say the team that people say with that is Duke. Like that was the country's basketball team to like with
yeah,
Coach K. Am I
yep.
crazy or
No, you're not crazy. And that's the right answer. And I've been giving him shit for years about this whole Duke fandom. And you know what? He deserves it. He knows it. Um, he is a front runner when it comes to Duke basketball. He has no affiliation to Duke whatsoever. He's just gravitated towards Coach K and all those players that have come through the era or the machine that is Duke.
big Leitner guy?
Yeah, and look, here's the thing. When growing up and you're a fan of college basketball, you are on one side or the other. Either you're a Duke or a Carolina guy. It's always been that way. And BB, aka He Steph, falls on the side of Duke. And I'm a Jordan guy, man, all day, every day. You know, he must have loved Christian Leitner.
Bobby Hurley, is that the
Yeah.
guy?
No, I mean, yeah, look, more power to him, but yeah, I'm a Tar Heel guy. Never look, I'm not freaking out after every game, you know. I'm more of a Villanova basketball guy than I am anything else, more local, right? Like
Right.
I like to see the local teams play well. Duke, St. Joe's, Temple, Brandon and Aaron McKee today.
Fan of the
But
show, Aaron McKee. He
yeah, yeah.
noted, he recognized you, right?
Yeah, he flagged me down. But no, like the local teams, right? Big five guys. But yeah, he's more of a Duke guy. So
And I
see
don't
how
hate that. I kind of college basketball. If I were to say I had a team that I cheered for, it would be Villanova. But like in general, I just kind of liked watching good games. If I had a second team, I mean, UCLA. I loved UCLA. You know, a non-Philadelphia team. I was a UCLA fan. The O'Bannon brothers and what was it, Kobe Bailey back in the day when they won a national championship. I was a fan of that and
Kobe Bailey, you mean?
Kobe Bailey, whatever.
Toby.
Uh, Kobe. Either way,
Toby.
Toby. Whoa, Toby. His name. I don't want to get into that. So, uh, he also says, I've never seen an episode of Friends, but can acknowledge its popular cultural significance. Add a babe. Tim, we got a lot of comments about our friends, my friends' take, and I want to get into those right now. From underscore Smeechy, I am in full support of Tom in this one. Maybe it wasn't the most diverse show on TV, lol, but the Ross, Rachel, and Chandler Monica storylines were some of the best ever. But the thing with this show is remembering where I was watching the finale, hanging out with my roommates in college, and knowing where we had to be on Thursday at 8. It's the nostalgia at this point. From Nikki Lavelle, overrated. From Dis06, show was garbage. From Steubens, Friends was awful. On TikTok, from Christian Bird, watch the show without a laugh track and you'll realize how not funny it is. LMAO. Which is ironic because I called that. I said that when we were talking about Friends, that people will say, watch it without the laugh track. First of all, Friends was filmed in front of a live audience. I said, watch a stand up show without any laughter and tell me how good it is. He responded, in general, for anything. If it's your sort of comedy, you'll laugh regardless of laugh track or not. It wasn't a laugh track. It was a live audience. I respect your opinion, not trying to be a D. I said the laughter adds an element to a lot of live shows. The silence can make it seem like jokes or stories didn't hit. I also respect your opinion. Not really, you dope. Timmy, I said it last week and I'll say it again. I think it's become a popular thing to say Friends is no good. That's all. I think it's like this jump on Nickelback or Creed or make fun of Friends or whatever it is and say it's bad.
Yeah, no, Friends is we talked it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to revisit the whole conversation, but yeah, I agree with you. You have to recognize that Friends is a top sitcom of an era, of a generation, really. I mean, it hit home just like any other sitcom, like Cheers or um like Mork and Mindy or like any other TV show of different eras. Like you acknowledge its greatness and you have to be okay with it. You move on from it, and that's that. Like you can't argue the ratings, you can't argue what it did for society. People still will fight it to today that it was one of the greatest comedy sitcoms of all time. And yeah, like if you didn't like it, so be it. It's not your cup of tea. You probably liked any other of this. Yeah, Third Rock from the Sun probably during that area, or Seinfeld, or
Two and a
whatever.
half men or something like that,
Family
Everybody loves
Matters.
Raymond was great, but
It was the
Friends was
best.
awful. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a
So
big Frasier guy, but Friends, that's terrible.
it's awful.
All right. A comment from our boy Suds says, my wife has really only ever taken 2 nut shots, in quotes, referring to me, saying that the total tally of nut shots was worse than the pain of childbirth. I was having a little fun with that one, Timmy. But I mean, that is funny to see in text. Quote, my wife has really only ever taken 2 nut shots. I said that last week. And honey, they were really those were tough nut shots. Now, another thing that was just reached out to me, I told a story last week about childbirth and how I had a friend who filmed the birth, his parents filmed the birth of their children and how the anesthesia wouldn't work. Well, that friend heard the story, said it brought PTSD because his parents had him watch the video. And he confirms that it was a C-section, that the anesthesia didn't work. And what had happened was it was too far along in the birthing process that they couldn't give any more anesthesia or painkillers because it would have hurt the baby. The baby's too small. So she had to have a C-section without any pain medicine.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah. And the guy filmed it. Put the camera down, Dad.
Well, no, I don't even get that. That's like straight out of like
Saw.
No, yeah. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. How are you? All right, so like I watch these movies, right? And look, I know they're movies, but you see Saving Private Ryan, right? And there's a guy on the beach and his intestines are hanging out of his body, and they're like they got morphine and they're hitting dudes with morphine left and right. Like, how can you not hit like your wife was like during a C-section with some morphine?
Well,
Like
that's the thing. If she hit with the morphine, the baby would die because it was too
really?
far along. Yeah, there's a safe way, and now they're in this because then the morphine's going to hit the kid that's 6
Yeah, but
pounds.
it's a C-section. They're cutting it out, correct?
Yeah, but I mean, it's in the blood. It's not. It's connected until boom. So I think that's why they do the shot in the spine or something. I don't know.
Dude, I don't know. I'm not too
I
keen
mean,
on
William
that.
did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night, but we don't know all the ins and outs of childbirth.
Yes, we did.
But shout out to, and she's a wonderful woman. I don't want to say the name on the show, but shout out to her. God bless her.
Hell of a lady.
Unbelievable that she
You are a
got through
trooper.
that. And you know what? That might be worse than a nut shot. But all the other ones,
Let me just cut you open right in like oh no pain meds, nothing. That's
Wow.
fucking bananas. Fuck
That
that.
is a crazy story. When I heard that, I was like, whoa. All right, to our last video and comments from this week. It's our Cowboys fans are the worst video. Cowboys fans are the worst. They're cockroaches. Go birds. LBD commented, not a Cowboys fan, but Philly fans are the scummiest fans in sports. Agreed upon mutually by all fans. What's the song, Timmy? No one likes us. We don't care. You know,
Wait.
first of
No,
all, go please comment on that. We're the scummiest fans in all of sports, and apparently that's agreed upon mutually by all fans. So I guess all the other fans got together and voted on what was the
and then
scummiest fan, says Mr. LBD.
and this guy is the spokesman for all those fans. Is that
He's
what it
there.
is?
I guess he's the president of the other fans organization, and he got back to us to let us know that we, in fact, were the scummiest fans. And our reply to that was, "Well, thank you, sir."
The player haters club. That's what he represents.
I mean, it's
That's what he is.
hypocrisy, right, Tim? I mean, people like to bring up that we threw snowballs at Santa Claus, all that BS. And sure, we
Mhm.
get rowdy and this and that. But I mean, I've heard plenty of stories about stabbings at other stadiums, someone vomiting on another fan at another stadium. We just played the Braves, and there was a call that was overturned, and they were throwing tons of stuff onto the field, right? Didn't that just happen?
There is a there is a website called crossingbroad.com which I visit frequently, and they do a hell of a job on there. If you ever get a chance, check their stuff out. But they do an excellent job with highlighting different events, negative events that happen at other people's stadiums, and they headline it and they say, "Oh, look, Eagles fans like say if there was like a fight or some sort of like incident in Minnesota, and the Minnesota's playing like say the Cowboys, and it's like they headline it and go, Eagles fans infiltrate, Vikings Cowboys game and start fight." Like
Yeah, right.
it's pretty good. But yeah, I mean the shit happens all over the place. Um we obviously get vilified every time something happens here. And it gets blown up just on just a whole different level because it's Philadelphia and we have a history. So whatever, we're done with it. We've been tired of it. It's been a terrible narrative for years and years and years, and we're trying to shed it. So
Honestly, I think that's part of the like the charm of Philadelphia fans is I feel like we're gonna be like come at you, but like honestly, I think when you get down to it, the Eagles fans are like nice people. I swear to God, I know it sounds crazy, but I feel like they'll give you a hard time. You suck, fuck you,
but
blah
it
blah
is
blah. But then
also
it's like, all right,
it's our Tom, it's our scarlet letter. Or if anyone knows this reference, it's our red badge of courage. It's something that like the Philly fans will always hold on to. As much as we hate hearing it in the national media, we get ridiculed for it all the time. But it's like, yeah, so what? We fucking fucking
yeah,
snowballs and Santa Claus, even though that not a single one of us, there's only one dude really that sent
yeah,
those fucking snowballs at Santa Claus. We collectively support that dude that did it. You know what? He was in the right because everyone knows that Santa Claus was just
a
a
drunk,
terrible, yeah, absolute hammered Santa Claus.
yeah.
And I mean, I feel bad for him too because, like, obviously he has family in Philadelphia, so
So
but
what? I mean, he probably loved that they were throwing snowballs at him. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um, all right. So we want to thank you again for all the comments and interacting with the show. Please leave some more after this show and tell us what you think and tell us if there's anything that you want us to talk about. We love hearing from you and we appreciate you out there. We love you. Ba da ba ba ba.